UFC 281 Adesanya versus Pereira full card betting breakdown, as well as my prediction in this video. If you're new to the channel, go down and comment your predictions on this fight card. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. I encourage you guys, you need to watch a lot of my other videos as well, because in this video we're surely going to be talking about our betting breakdown for UFC 281. A lot of the other videos we got confident picks, full card predictions, and other stuff like that. So check out the other videos once you're done with this one. If you want all my bets for UFC 281, it's going to be one of the top links down below in the description, and you can get some sign-up bonuses with BetUS and Prize Picks as well if you check the links down below. But we're going to go through the fight card bottom to top, not top to bottom, because I'd give away all the top fights. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. If you want to skip ahead to a fight that you're really curious about, you definitely can do so. I do plan on putting the timestamps down below in the description if you want to go check those out. But yeah, we're going to start from the bottom, go all the way to the top, and give our betting breakdown for every single fight, as well as our prediction. We're not going to really tell why I got the prediction. Mainly it's just going to be the betting breakdown. So let's start with Carlos Ulberg and Nicolae Negumereanu. Carlos Ulberg is 6-1 right here. He is the favorite. He's taller than Nicolae Negumereanu. Not as experienced and not as lengthy as Nicolae. Pretty even odds, pretty 50-50 on the betting odds. Originally, when the fight first started, Carlos was a 2-1 favorite. Then he was the underdog for a second there. Now he's a -120 favorite. Personally, I got Nicolae Negumereanu winning. So first off, obviously that plus money underdog bet is going to be having some value, so that I believe is going to be a good bet in my opinion. Another one of them, if your bookie allows it, I don't know if a lot of them are going to be allowing it right now, but if you're watching on a later date, there is usually those type of bets where you can do Nicolae Negumereanu in round 3 or by a decision. That would be a good one. I see if he's going to get a finish, it'll be in round number 3, and I can possibly see a decision. But that plus 400 decision, I believe, has a lot of value. As in his UFC wins, he's got 4 of them. Half are coming by a split decision. I think this one will also be a decision. I got Negumereanu by decision, so plus 400 on Nicolae by decision, plus 100 on the money line. Both are pretty solid bets in my opinion. Another one of them I believe is actually going to have some good value. Negumereanu scorecards no action. I actually believe if there's a guy to get a finish here between Nicolae Negumereanu and Carlos Ulberg, I think that guy is going to be Nicolae Negumereanu, because the man has an absolutely crazy chin. So those are the 3 bets: the money line plus 100, the decision bet plus 400, and the scorecards no action at -120. Next fight we got after that one is the bantamweights right here. Julio Arce, Montel Jackson. I got Montel Jackson winning this fight, but in terms of the bets, do I want to bet and waste my money at -200 right there? No, I do not. I'm more confident on other guys in the fight card right here, like Andre Petroski, Dominick Reyes possibly. I mean, even guys like not Israel Adesanya, where is he? Dustin Poirier and Zhang Weili. I'm more confident in them for pretty similar odds to Montel Jackson. So, no, Montel Jackson's not a parlay piece. He's not a money line or anything like that. The only possible thing I would do here with Montel Jackson is wait a little bit. I mean, you're not going to want to do anything as of right now when it comes to his money line or his prop odds. We only have 2 bookies that are giving him decision odds right here. So I'd wait a little bit to possibly get to plus 200 on the decision prop. If you can get 2-1 odds on Montel by decision, that's the only possible thing I think of doing here between Julio Arce, because Julio, out of his most recent losses, a split decision to Hakeem Dawodu and a knockout from Yadong Song. But Montel couldn't finish JP Buys, who has such a horrible chin, couldn't finish Andre Submentas, Felipe Colares. I mean, 25% finish rate in his last 5 fights, so I think the fight would go all the way. Plus 200 would be pretty good in my opinion. Mike Trizano and Seung Choi in the featherweight division. My prediction is going to be Seung Choi by a decision, but Betting wise, there's gotta be some good odds because the odds to go to a decision are obviously minus money. No value there. Minus 200 on Seung Choi, Mike Trizano to go to a decision. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Seriously, no. There's nothing there in my opinion. The only possible thing would be this right here. Seung Choi by KO, TKO at plus 300. A little sprinkle on that. That's about it. That, or you just don't bet the fight at all. In the featherweight division, I'm not really liking the money line at minus 162. I believe it's a much closer fight, and decision prop for Choi is plus 160, plus 140. Not getting enough value in my opinion, so plus 300 on the knockout or pass. Next one. In the strawweight division, Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Silvana Gomez Juarez. In the strawweight division, I have Silvana Gomez Juarez winning by KO TKO early on in this fight. So to be honest with you, see, just a straight up bet on Gomez Juarez by knockout at plus 300 is definitely going to have some value. Another thing is going to be the live bet. After round number 1, if Silvana Gomez Juarez looks good in round number 1, she wins round number 1. Live bet Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I believe in round 2 and round number 3, if it does get there, Karolina Kowalkiewicz is going to win those rounds and possibly even get a finish in round 2 or in round number 3. So like I've said before, the under 2.5 has value right there. The plus 300 on on Juarez by TKO right there is also going to be having some value. And if you want to sprinkle on something, if you're on Kowalkiewicz to win, only way I see her winning is a submission, plus 440, 450 right there. But it's really that plus 300 on Silvana by TKO, the under 2.5 at plus 120, or a live bet on Karolina Kowalkiewicz after round number 1. Karolina is probably going to be like plus 200 after round number 1, but that's where she's going to make her comeback in this fight with Silvana Gomez Juarez. So live bet Karolina, do the KO prop on Silvana, or the under 2.5 rounds. Ottman Azaitar and Matt Frevola in the lightweight division. I have Ottman Azaitar winning. You know, not the most confident pick here out of any fights on this card. It is a 50-50, minus 110, minus 110. I got him at a little bit better odds earlier on in the week, but yeah, I would say pass on the money line either way. Minus 110, minus 110 either way. Really, there's really not that much value on either side in my opinion. Azaitar by knockout, there's not enough value there in my opinion as well at plus 165. The thing I really wanted to do was going to be a decision on Ottman Azaitar at plus 600. That's really it. That is really it. That's not my prediction. Get it? I'm not going out there saying Ottman's going to win this fight by a decision, but I do believe he could win round number 1 for sure. He's going to rock Matt Frevola a lot. That's the biggest chance of him going out there and knocking out Matt Frevola is in round number 1. Round 3, obviously going to go Matt Frevola, but round 2, if Ottman is still able to rock Matt Frevola, this decision has a lot of value. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the plus 165 right here on the Azaitar KO TKO is actually what's going to happen. But there's no value on that. Plus 165, no value. It's either that plus 600 or you don't bet any of these props at all. And the money line, I'm not liking it at all anymore. Plus 600 decision prop or pass. Next one, in the middleweight division, Andre Petroski and Wellington Turman. I got Andre Petroski winning that fight. Gonna be some interesting odds here. This I do like. This I do definitely like. Because Petroski's more of a... He's more of a submission type of a guy. He's usually trying to get you down and submit you, maybe land something big on the feet. But, I mean, his striking really doesn't pose, like, the biggest threat in my opinion. So I don't think really a Petroski TKO, which is that's what they're saying is the most likely outcome here. I really don't really see that happening. I know Wellington gets finished by knockout a lot in his MMA career, but if there's going to be a finish, I think it'll be a submission either way. A Turman submission or a Petroski submission. If there is going to be a knockout, probably be later on round number 3, ground and pound TKO. But I have a feeling the fight goes all the way. I'm going to be honest. I have the feeling that this fight is going to go all the way, and well, a little sprinkle on Petroski by decision is all I would do. I don't want to do nothing with Petroski 2-1 odds. That's insane in my opinion. Plus 275 decision prop, or just don't bet the fight at all. Sorry about that. Next one we got in the flyweight division, Erin Blanchfield and Molly McCann in the flyweight division. Let's find it right here. Minus 400, no. No, not a parlay piece. Minus 265. That would be a parlay piece. In my opinion, that would be pretty decent. I would definitely consider putting Erin Blanchfield in a parlay at minus 265, but now, nah. No, now I'm really not. I'm really not trying to think about an Erin Blanchfield parlay piece or anything like that. It's just not going to happen. So the only thing we're going to do is the obvious one. You guys already know. Molly McCann's very, very durable. She hasn't been finished by Tyler Santos, who's a very good jiu-jitsu practitioner, good ground and pound, and good submission game and things like that. Only thing is really Blanchfield by decision right there, and a little crack at McCann's scorecards, no action. I do believe if there's anyone that's going to get a finish in this fight, it is going to be Molly McCann. So Molly McCann, scorecards, no action, put that with the Blanchfield by decision to make money either way, because I highly doubt Molly is going to get finished. Next one, light heavyweight division, Dominick Reyes and Ryan Spann in the light heavyweight division. I do have Dominick Reyes winning that fight. Money line, no. Parlay, no. Over 1.5, probably not. I'd rather just do a does not start round 3 or something like that. But it's an interesting one. I don't like any of the scorecards, no actions here. Reyes by knockout really is not that good at plus 115. The only thing I would do personally here is I do have Dominick Reyes winning this fight by a 3rd round TKO or possibly even a decision. But if I'm going to bet anything, it's not going to be my prediction. It's going to be the value bet. And the value bet is something I don't think is going to happen. But given the chin that Dominick Reyes has shown in his last few fights. I know Jan Blachowicz and Yuri Prochazka, they have some crazy power. But Spann by TKO, that's about it. Like $20, $25, a quarter of a unit, 0.1 units, 0.2 units, the smallest little sprinkle on Ryan Spann by KO TKO. That is about it. That is literally all I would say on this fight with Ryan Spann and Dominick Reyes right here. If there's a bet that you have of how the fight ends, exact method of victory, and there's a knockout one on that one. I know DraftKings has a lot of those type of things. We're going to go on a little side tangent here. I'm going to see if I can find it right here. DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's see if I can find it. I believe it's on DraftKings. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we might just delete this part up from the live stream and from the actual prediction and the video and things like that. But I believe I am right in saying that there is one of those like exact method of victories. Is not on there just yet for Dominick Reyes and Ryan Spann, but I believe there's probably going to be one for Israel Adesanya. Method of victory, let's see if I can find it. It goes to a decision. No, that's not it. Fight lines is not there. Winning method, possibly. Method of victory, double chance. Exact method of victory. There it is. So exact method of victory is on DraftKings right there. Minus 120 for the decision, plus 100 for the KO TKO in that fight. I don't know really what it's going to be for Dominick Reyes and freaking Ryan Spann in the light heavyweight division, but there's going to be one of these odds right here where they're going to have the decision odds, fight to go all the way, the KO odds as well, and I would venture to go towards the KO odds right there for this light heavyweight fight, because the fight to go to a decision right there is at plus 250. I'm assuming the KO prop probably going to be like I would say minus 180, minus 200 maybe, somewhere around that range. And I'd probably put a little bit of a sprinkle on that, but that's about it in the light heavyweight division. And we got the lightweights, Brad Riddell and Renato Moicano in the lightweight division. I got Brad Riddell winning. So first and foremost, obviously an underdog bet on Brad Riddell is going to have a little bit of value. Another one of them is the fight going to a decision. I do believe the fight will go all the way, and it's going to be a 3-round striking fight, and come on, plus 350 for Brad Riddell by decision. That's all I gotta say. That is value in the lightweight division. Dan Hooker, Claudio, Puelles. In the lightweight division, I got Dan Hooker by a decision as well. I know I got a lot of these ones going by decision, but they do have a lot of value. They do have a lot of value, because if you look at Dan Hooker by TKO, it's at plus 250 right there. Dan Hooker by decision is at plus 220. So how likely do I think, or what's the more likely outcome? A Hooker decision or a Hooker KO TKO? Personally, I lean more towards a decision, and not just a regular decision. I believe if Dan Hooker is going to be winning these rounds, they're going to be pretty dominant rounds and him outstriking Claudio Puelles on the feet. So even a plus 250 unanimous decision for Dan Hooker could have some value. And if you're on the side of Claudio Puelles, you got the dog, Claudio Puelles, to enter the top 15 of the lightweight division. Well, holy shnikes. Plus 750 for Puelles by a decision. And if you're just not sure who's going to win, but you believe the fight goes to a decision, there's still good odds on that. At plus 148, that's honestly not too bad as well. Personally, I'm not going to do Hooker by decision or Puelles by decision. I'm just going to stick to that goes to a decision at plus 148. Next one, I believe it's the Frankie Edgar fight right here. Frankie Edgar and Chris Gutierrez. In the bantamweight division, I got Frankie Edgar by a decision. Obviously, the bets that I'm going to say are the plus money underdog bet on Frankie Edgar. That's first off. And the second one is, well, you probably guessed it based off of my prediction, is going to be Frankie Edgar by decision at plus 360. It is literally as simple as that. That is pretty much it. And maybe if you want to go a little ballsy with it, you can go the not Gutierrez inside the distance. I highly doubt he's going to go out there and finish the man, the myth, the legend, Frankie Edgar. So those would be some decent bets. Yeah, Dustin, the Diamond Poirier right here. The money line not looking too good. It was early. Minus 150 was solid odds on Dustin Poirier. Now, I don't want to parlay it. I don't want to money line it or anything like that. Over 1.5 isn't bad. Minus 125 is pretty solid in my opinion. Fight goes to a decision is insane. Plus 260 for this fight to go all the way the full 3 rounds. That is value. Plus 260 for the fight to go 3 rounds. Dude, that is huge value in the lightweight division. Poirier by decision, almost 4-1 right there. That's it. Poirier decision and fight to go to a decision are absolutely insane. Plus 260 and plus 380 right there. I'd go more towards that plus 260. Good odds in the lightweight division. Weili Zhang and Carla Esparza. In the strawweight division, I do got Weili Zhang winning. Only things I would do would be the under 4.5 rounds at minus 110, or just straight up Weili Zhang by TKO. Plus 135 is pretty good odds as well. That is pretty much it. There's really not the most value out there on a Weili Zhang scorecards, no action. If you want to be ballsy and put some money on that, you can. But really, the under 4.5, maybe even the under 3.5, or does not start round number 4. But if you don't want to do any of that, Weili Zhang by knockout for plus money. And last but not least, Alex Poatan Pereira and Israel Adesanya in the middleweight division. I got Alex, the underdog, winning. So obviously, plus 178 is going to have a lot of value. Fight to go to a decision, minus money right there. Really not intriguing in my opinion to have minus money for the fight to go all the way. But I do believe this one has value. Pereira, scorecards, no action. Earlier on today, we did bet this at plus 115 right there for Pereira, scorecards, no action. Now it's at minus 130. I like to say from my own live movement. But that is still good. I believe if there's going to be a finish, it'll be from Alex Pereira. So that is pretty good odds depending on whatever bookie you're on. Another one is going to be Pereira by decision. Plus 650, plus 750 for Pereira to win the fight by decision. You put that also with Pereira inside the distance, scorecards, no action. You got some good bets, but that's what I'm thinking for UFC 281. Adesanya versus Pereira. Those are the betting breakdowns, the props, who you should put in a parlay, who you shouldn't put in a parlay, the underdog bets and things like that, all of the prop bets and things like that. We went pretty in depth on this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Chimichanga.